minutes and we are done. A big round of applause for the panel. I'm bringing back the energy because it's 6 p.m. Yes. Can you put the other slides on? Beautiful. We are done. I just want to talk about next steps. First of all, it's 6 p.m. on a Saturday, so congratulations, you are still alive. Some of you are smiling, positive about the world after all of this, and we just had an incredible moving panel. I'm looking at the both of you and Elena. It was incredible. Thank you so much. Big round of applause for all of you for serving. Thanks. I want to close with a few things. Number one, we understood the next GDC Forum Atlas Marathon is in Kiev, right? So next year in Kiev, I want to make this happen. So as soon as we can, or any other city, I'm very happy to travel all over Ukraine. We'll do it in Kiev. And apart from this, I wanted to thank you because, as I said, we had a lot of panels. We heard from politicians, philosophers, activists. We heard about Palestine, about Congo, about Sudan, about Italy, about Ukraine, about Russia, about Belarus, about Venezuela. I can keep on going for very long because we heard about a lot of things today, right? Sometimes it sounds, until I think this panel, and I think Karine this morning as well, put it into context, it sounds a bit abstract. It sounds a bit far away, what we're talking about. Again, you heard from people today whose lives have been upended by what is happening. And this is what I want to come back to. We actually had a lot of very good outputs, and you need to give us a week also to be able to digest it and send it to you. But on how we can try to do better. I'm going to put it very simply. We're fucking up massively, right? We're letting Ukraine down, we're letting Palestine down, and I can keep on going. And this, as we've heard, we are interconnected. Our democracies will suffer. From Italy to France to everywhere. Again, I'm mentioning France, but we will suffer, right? So we need to understand how to better stand together. And this is why we founded Atlas, but it's also the topic of this GDC forum. It's how do we better do by one another? What we have discussed and the solutions, we want to take them, we want to digest them, and we want to make them into different campaigns, into different political demands, into different policies we want to advocate for in Parliament. So it's not what you did today. We are very thankful because you, as I told you at the beginning, we have no idea how we can actually build this global coalition for freedom. We think we really believe something needs to change, but we have no idea exactly how to make it happen. So we're going to take it and we're going to try to figure it out. If you want to join us, please do. It's all on our website and you can help us figure it out. We are far from having it figured out. And that is our general call to action, is if we want to build a fair world, we need to get active together. But now I want to point to this 2 seconds, because that's one of the solutions I'm pushing for. And I'm going to do 1 minute of self-promotion. Again, I think you've heard it. I'm very critical of what the UN is doing. I still think it's one of the best tools we have. And so we are trying to introduce a resolution at the UN General Assembly that would, of course, is a big term, because at the end of the day, Russia, the US, and the big countries will still have a veto power, but will make it very difficult for the UN to not act systematically when one of those crimes is committing. A crimes against humanity, a war crime, apartheid, occupation. And this includes Ukraine, this includes Palestine, this includes Myanmar, this includes the Taliban regime in Afghanistan, and a couple of other conflicts. It's actually not that long. It's just a couple of countries. And this would mean that member states would state in the General Assembly, basically the parliament, look, from now on, whenever this happens, we will impose sanctions, target sanctions, full arm embargoes, we will divest, and we will boycott until there's no more chance for those regimes to get support. We want to use basically solidarity as a tool to end complicity. And this campaign, we're doing it in 2 ways, and then I'm done talking about it. Number one, if you follow this QR code, you will end up on a page where you can send an email to the president of the General Assembly. We're spamming him, annoying him as much as possible. Help us spam him. Let's make his Saturday a beautiful mess of an inbox and actually ensure he hears us. And second, we are directly negotiating with countries. And we are actually getting support. Countries are interested in introducing this. But the more people we can gather behind, the more chances it will not be something watered down without any weight, but something that can actually create change. That's just one of the ideas. So I just wanted to mention it, but a lot more has been said today, from a civil service to a democracy caucus to, dialogues, etc. There were a lot of ideas. We want to take them. We want to thank you. And we want to hold this in Kiev and then in Gaza next time around, when all of those places have free one by one, and in order to ensure we better stand together. Last reminder, and you are done hearing from me, I promise. Tomorrow here, for Italians or residents or people that are interested, Atlas Italy is holding its summit discussing vision, policy, what else? Elections, and so on. Join us in this space. I want to close by giving a few rounds of applause. First of all, for GDC Forum Europe for hosting it with us, funding this event, and making it possible. Second, Francesco, our master of ceremony, please stand up. Julian, tech and facilitator, I want you to stand up. I know you're tired. Up, it's beautiful. All of the as volunteers, it's time to stand up. All of our panelists that are still in the room, it's time to stand up for a big round of applause. And so you are still here standing, it's time to stand up. And then there's still a bit of coffee water. You are done speaking as well, no?
Lo dico in italiano, i due parlamentari ovviamente non si sono presentati, però mi hanno scritto, quindi voglio fare un evento online magari tra qualche giorno con loro, mi hanno scritto che sono disponibili, manderò l'invito a tutti quelli che sono registrati, così potete fare le vostre domande comunque ai parlamentari. Grazie.